Did you notice that Donald Trump has taken the American economy from boom to the dangerous precipice of a bust in just 35 days? Now, I am not here to tell you we are in a recession. I don't play politics with this stuff. Once, if and when we meet the guidelines for a recession, I will tell you we're not there yet. But if you blinked, you might have missed that 1 minute Trump was taking a victory lap, pointing to the great stock market as if it was his personal approval rating. And then the next moment, Jim Cramer on CNBC sounds like he's about to have a full-blown aneurysm, shouting, "They're crushing us," while foreign markets surge and the American stock market craters. So what happened? How did we go from economic boom to full-scale recession panic in just 35 days? Just a few weeks ago, the markets were at all-time highs. The economy seemed fine. We weren't yet in a trade war. Now, as a caveat, of course, we always have structural problems beneath the surface. We have income inequality in the US. We have unsustainable debt. We have wage stagnation over long periods of time, poverty. On paper, most major economic indicators looked okay. And then Trump did what Trump does. He throws a grenade into the system, and then everybody acts surprised when it explodes. First, he announces the tariffs on steel and aluminum imports from Canada, because nothing screams stable economy like a trade war with one of our closest allies. Then they do reciprocal tariffs. Then Trump doubles or cuts, or we don't know when it ends, or is it suspended? We just don't know. Then Trump starts making these vague, ominous comments about how he's not ruling out a recession. He's just sort of, we're going to have a period of transition, which is basically like a pilot getting on the intercom mid-flight and saying, listen, I'm not here to say we're crashing. Like, I don't like to use that word. We are going to have a period during which the plane is going to be doing things that are not the normal things you want a plane doing, right? We would all be worried. We would be saying, what on earth are we being told? Markets rely on confidence, predictability, and stability. They went into a free fall. 1,000-point drop in a single day for the Dow, 700-point drops, 600-point drops. And then you see what Wall Street analysts are saying, and they're saying we may be in the direction of a recession. Now, I proposed that maybe Donald Trump is manufacturing a recession on purpose to allow his robber baron friends to come in and buy everything up cheap, make money on it, privatize. CNBC's Jim Cramer, whose predictions are rarely accurate, is wondering the same thing. He said Trump may indeed be manufacturing a recession and playing with fire, committing economic arson. And even Fundstrat analysts asked, is Trump deliberately letting Germany and China's stock markets surge while tanking our own? If Trump had a strategy here, it's the economic equivalent of setting your house on fire, bragging about how much money you're going to save on heating bills, and then saying, we're doing a great job creating firefighter jobs in this administration. Or a different analogy, the arsonist that set the fire puts it out and says, I'm a hero. I've put out a fire. Yes, a fire that you set by choice. So we see consumer confidence getting rattled, people delaying purchases, companies slashing profit forecasts, and economic forecasts revised downward. We saw the GDP Now forecast saying we're going to be down 2.8% GDP. Let me check where it is now, actually, just to be accurate. The GDP Now model for real GDP growth now says minus 2.4. Okay, so a little bit less bad. It was all the way down to we're going to lose 2.8% GDP in Q1. Now it says we're going to lose 2.4. Delta Airlines cut profit outlook, says deteriorating consumer confidence is the reason. And even Goldman Sachs, which is no bastion of progressive alarmism that just wants to make Republicans look bad, even Goldman Sachs said we are also raising the odds of a recession to 1 in 5. At some point, this administration is going to have to face reality. Trump will either do a 180 on policy. Maybe he'll announce an abrupt policy change on Truth Social. Maybe he'll start blaming Biden for an economy that actually Trump controls. The best case scenario right now is Trump does back off on the tariffs. He finds some face-saving way to back off of the tariffs. There will be sort of a sigh of relief from the standpoint of business, and we narrowly avoid a completely self-inflicted economic catastrophe. Now, the worst case scenario, and we may be going in this direction too, is that Trump doubles down and consumer confidence collapses even more, the job losses spike, and very quickly we're back to 2008 levels of economic despair. Except this time, it would be because Trump chose to slap tariffs on other countries to really show them who's boss and who's the big boy. And if that happens, I assure you, I'm not a betting man, but if I were to bet on anything, it's no matter what happens, if it's bad, Trump finds a scapegoat and never takes the blame. The question is whether the voters will buy it. I hope not, but I fear that the answer is yes, they will. Big companies with poor security get hacked every day, and your personal information is being sold on the dark web so criminals can target you. Not something I have to worry about as much since I have Aura. Our sponsor, Aura, vigilantly scans the dark web to see if any of your personal information has been leaked, like login credentials or addresses, social security number. Aura also will alert you in real time if any criminals use that information fraudulently, for example, to try to open a credit card. And to keep you from getting hacked in the first place, Aura offers additional safety features like advanced anti-malware and password management for every device you have. And your subscription comes with $5 million in identity theft insurance just in case. Aura even provides parental controls to let kids explore the internet safely with tools to filter harmful sites, manage apps, and limit screen time. Go to aura.com/Pacman to try it for 2 weeks totally free. With the free trial, it takes only seconds to see if your personal data has already been compromised. Protect yourself and your family now. The link is in the description.